So today I'll be taking you through how I changed my unloved desk setup from this to something more like this without breaking the bank. Hello, I'm Jake and welcome back to Student Money Hacks, where we help you build healthy financial habits that last. And this month I actually spent some money, believe it or not. I took a step back from aggressively saving to upgrade my desk setup, mainly because I wanted to create an unreal study space that looks sick and is more likely to make me want to work. As lockdowns in the UK and the online study that comes with that doesn't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon. So for me, it's an important point to have a good study space that I actually want to be in. And if you guys want to achieve a similar look to something like mine, I'll leave a link in the description for every item mentioned. So if you want any of those items, go and check them out. So I'll start off talking about my desk, then the monitor and the mount, my approach to lighting and cable management, and then the accessories that I use to pimp this desk out, and how I've managed to link a smart assistant to control the power. And then at the end I'll share some tips on how I minimise the cost of this setup. So make sure you stick around for that. So moving into the desk, it's actually a solid wood one from Habitat that I've literally had for years and didn't see any point in changing it as it's still in excellent shape. And it's quite an expensive one, but if you look around you can do much better. For example, this one from IKEA is very similar and it's just a fraction of the cost at £70. Then the monitor that I bought was just the cheapest silver 23-inch one that I could find, and it was mounted using this VESA mount. So that meant that I could clear up more space and have a larger free surface on my desk. And it's on this adjustable stand, so it's a lot more versatile and I can adjust the viewing height for whatever scenario I need it in. And I didn't need an expensive high refresh rate monitor because I'm not a gamer nor a pro graphic designer with needing 100% colour accuracy, so this one did the job just fine. So obviously this mount had to be drilled into the wall, but for £15 I think it's a pretty neat upgrade as it frees up more workspace, more so than other desk clamps that clamp directly onto the desk. But obviously with those you didn't need to get the drill out and destroy the wall in the process, but I think it looks pretty neat. Then the lighting is just some simple USB RGB strip lighting that you can literally get for like 10 or 15 pounds off Amazon. So you can just stick it to any surface and then change the colours with the remote that it comes with. And this really brightens up the workspace and generally looks pretty good, but you've got to be careful not to overdo it and make it look tacky. So moving into cable management, so everything is nice and tidy with no dangling wires or cables. I got this IKEA Desk Tidy, which was about £20 off Amazon, and it completely clears up all the wires. So everything from the lights, computer power supply, monitor power supply, wireless charger, and everything can be neatly tucked under the desk, so it's completely out of sight. And it's a very simple solution and something that's well worth doing. And then to take this a step further, because if you're anything like me, one stray wire will literally unfocus me. And these D-line trunking plastic covers are a couple of pounds from any sort of DIY shop, and I simply cut it down to size and gave them a lick of paint to match the wall so they're even more discreet while taking the cables out of sight, so that's well worth doing. This isn't the biggest desk in the world, so I had to be conservative with the accessories I used on the desk, and I wanted to keep as much space free on the desk to make it look as clean as possible and so I could do my work without lots of stuff around me. So I got this laptop stand freeing up desk space, and so I can easily hook it up to the HDMI cable to the monitor. So when we eventually get out of lockdown, I can quickly grab my laptop. But doing that meant I need to get an external keyboard, which was this Royal Clutch mechanical one on Amazon, and I got it on a lightning deal for about £25–30, but it's a nice and compact one and it has RGB backlighting to fit the overall aesthetic of this desk. And the mouse I've had for a little over a year, and it just makes working on a laptop so much easier and is a must buy even if you don't have an external monitor. And I decided to go for this Logitech one because it's nice and compact and it fits well into the overall aesthetic and general colour scheme of this desk, and it's got a few handy features for improving workflow. And then this is a wireless charging stand for my phone. Shout out to the Pixel Gang, best value phones in the game. And this stand is quite handy as I can view my phone while charging if I need to. And then the finishing touch was this Chinese money plant for a splash of colour. and mainly green, which is meant to relax you and boost creativity according to some podcasts that I listen to. But it's also a cool name and ties into the channel rather nicely, so that's the real reason. And it's also nice to see something growing as you look after it, and it's a great metaphor for personal finances really. Look after them, improve a little each day, and you can really see if your savings start to grow. So the power supply to this desk is controlled by the Google Smart Assistant, which is probably a bit of an unnecessary flex, but it's actually quite useful because the socket isn't within reach of my desk. So by hooking it up to this smart plug, I can do this to turn it on and off. Hey Google, turn off Jake's desk.
Okay, turning off Jake's desk.
And the way this one in particular works is by adding this smart plug, which is about £8 off Amazon, to my Google Home, so I can control it either by my phone or by this little Nest Mini thing when I haven't got my phone at my desk. And the cool thing about Google is that you can create routines. So for example, at night when I've done all my work, I can just do this to set an alarm, turn off my desk all in one hit. And you can keep adding devices into your routine, so the possibilities are endless here really. And Amazon do a similar thing, but because I have Google Phone, it's nicely integrated into that. And before I moved into the tips on how to minimize costs, if you're looking to do a setup similar to this, if you're finding some sort of value out of this video, don't forget to press that like button, as it really lets me know what sort of content I should put out in the future. But going back into cost minimization, I tried to use what I had as much as possible, like my desk for example. So don't chuck it away if you don't need to. That's just excessive consumerism, and you've got to be mindful about what you're buying. And it also pays really well to buy secondhand. So not only are you preventing a new item from going into circulation, you're also going to be saving a good amount of money. And I buy a lot of my tech through eBay, and it has saved me hundreds of pounds over the course of the last few years. And secondly, install a Chrome browser extension called Honey. It's free and it automatically applies any discount codes to your basket. So doing that, you won't miss out on potential discounts. And it also gives you cash back if there aren't any discount codes available. So that's not available at every shop, but it does pay a decent 3 to 4% rate. And then on the subject of cash back, of course, I'll be using my Amex card on all of these purchases. So that means that I get an extra 1% cash back on everything. So on top of discounts, making it that tiny bit cheaper. And I won't go into detail on the card, as I've got a couple of videos about the benefits of that. So go and check those out next. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.